Hello, and welcome to Griefcraft. Today we'll explore a Japanese folktale about comparison, self-worth, and the recognition of one's own power. I'll read the story first, then share some reflections. Take a quiet moment. Let yourself settle. And we'll move through it together as one. The Stone Cutter. A stone cutter worked every day, chipping away at the mountain to make a living. One day, he saw a wealthy merchant pass by in fine clothes, surrounded by servants. "I wish I were a merchant," the stonecutter thought. "Then I would have power and respect." His wish was granted, and he became a merchant. But one day, as he rode through town, he saw a prince passing in a golden carriage, and everyone bowed. "I wish I were a prince," he thought. "Then I would have even more power." He became a prince. But the sun beat down on him one day, and he realized the sun was more powerful than any prince, because it could make even royalty suffer. "I wish I were the sun," he thought. He became the sun, blazing down on the earth. And then a cloud passed in front of him, blocking his light. "I wish I were a cloud," he thought. He became a cloud, covering the sun. But then the wind came and blew him across the sky, and he realized the wind was more powerful. "I wish I were the wind," he thought. He became the wind, pushing everything in his path. But when he came to the mountain, he could not move it. "The mountain is more powerful than anything," he thought. "I wish I were the mountain." He became the mountain, towering and unmovable. But then he heard a sound. Chip, chip, chip. He looked down and saw a stonecutter carving away at his base. And then he realized, I was powerful all along. There's a particular kind of suffering that comes from always looking at what someone else has and deciding that's what would finally make you enough. The stonecutter didn't hate his work. He just saw someone with more. More comfort, more status, more ease. And he decided his own life wasn't valuable until he had what they had. So he kept reaching, kept transforming, kept chasing the next thing that looked like power from the outside. And every time he got what he wanted, he found someone or something that had more. This is the trap of comparison. Not that wanting more is wrong, but that the goalpost keeps moving. You think if you just had their job, their money, their freedom, their confidence, then you'd be satisfied. But once you get there, you notice someone else who has something you don't, and the hunger starts again. The stonecutter spent his whole journey trying to escape being a stonecutter, only to realize at the end that the stonecutter was the one actually shaping the mountain. He had power the entire time. He just couldn't see it because he was too busy looking at everyone else. This isn't a parable about settling or pretending you don't want things to be different. It's a parable about recognizing that the life you have, the skills you have, the work you do, the foundation you're standing on, already contains power. Maybe not the kind that looks impressive from the outside. Maybe not the kind other people envy. But real, tangible power to shape something that matters. We waste so much time wishing we were someone else, wishing we had their advantages, their ease, their lack of struggle. And while we're busy wishing, we're not using what we actually have. The stonecutter could shape the mountain. That's not nothing. That's everything. But he couldn't see it because he was busy measuring himself against merchants and princes and forces of nature, things that had nothing to do with what he was built to do. You don't have to be the sun to matter. You don't have to be the wind or the cloud or royalty. You just have to do the work in front of you, the work only you can do, in the way only you can do it. And trust that chipping away at the mountain, day after day, is its own kind of power. The stonecutter at the end of the story is the same person he was at the beginning. Nothing external changed. But everything internal did. because he finally stopped looking elsewhere for permission to see his own value. You already have what you need. The question is, will you use it? Or will you keep wishing you were someone else? This has been Griefcraft. Thank you for listening.